Hello, vinyl community. This is Jeff, aka JG Yokohama or JG Tokyo, JG Tokyo 2020. A few variations on that theme, depending on the platform. Uh, and this is my submission for Andrew's Tales from the Crate 1,000 subs broad strokes contest. This is actually my first video for the vinyl community. Hopefully, not my last. But here we go. So I'm an American living out in Tokyo. That's the name. Originally from the DC area, and just working out here in Tokyo. I'm just getting off a night shift, so if I'm a little out of it, that's why. And I had to turn off the AC and close the windows to keep the noise levels down here. Trying to do this fast while the toddler's out. Otherwise, I can't do this. I can't even have a vinyl set up in a Tokyo apartment with a toddler. So I have all these hidden away usually. So I'll pull these out just for you guys. These are all recent acquisitions. Bulk of my collections in the States, but yeah, this is stuff just picked up last couple of months. Just a few examples. Broad strokes. So I'm going to try to cover all of Andrew's categories. Had to take a couple liberties, so I'm going to throw in more than 10. So yeah, so because there's a little crossover here and there. Okay, first century is folk, number one. This is a Japanese singer-songwriter by the name of Yoshiko Sai, S-A-I. You can find it on YouTube pretty easily, I think. This is one of my favorites of hers. It's her second album. So gorgeous artwork. I believe she did it herself. Unfortunately, I don't have the obi on this one, but hopefully I don't get flagged either. It's a little nudity there. But yes, it's kind of uniquely Japanese. It has a little bit of an Enka flavor to it. It's a little Japanese, Japanese pop influence there. So this is kind of mid 70s, I think 76, I want to say. It has the insert with all the lyrics, kind of, yeah, nicely well done. Beautiful packaging. But yeah, so again, Yoshiko Sai. I forget the title of this one. It's on kanji anyway. But yeah, if you look up Yoshiko Sai, you'll see this. Okay, number two. So this was alternative. So this is power pop actually. This is the DB's, I'll say third, fourth album maybe. This is a little bit before they broke up, I believe. So DB, this one was actually still sealed. Hopefully it's okay. This is first pressed are very close. Rhino. Sealed. It's notched. Yeah, but yeah, good enough. Mint. No warping as far as I can tell. Yeah, DB's out of my notes here. I think they're originally out of North Carolina, but I think they considered themselves a New York band. Notable tracks on this, maybe my favorite's A Spy in the House of Love, or Love is for Lovers is good too. The first track on either side. So again, kind of a power pop thing going on here. So open that up later, not today though. And the next one, the blues. This one, I do have a fair amount of Delta blues back home, but yeah, my recent digs, yeah, Japan's not known for blues. It's really good for jazz. I've been picking tons of jazz, alternative punk, that sort of thing. But yeah, blues, I see stuff, but it's not always the best choices. Now, stuff I'd want to buy. You're more of a Delta guy, or so this is more R&B, rhythm and blues, but close enough. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Japanese release, so you can see it's all in Japanese. Best of on Motown. Gatefold again, all in Japanese. If you can see that. And I'll just show you the labels that I got it. Yeah. Excellent condition. Picked up for not much. Those is they're active 50s, 60s, all the way up into the 80s, I believe. This is mostly their late 60s, early 70s Motown stuff. Notable tracks. Yeah, look at my notes here. Kind of cheating a little bit. Maybe yeah, Neither One of Us maybe, or I like Ain't No Sun, not Sunshine, but Ain't No Sun Since You've Been Gone. This is kind of not the Bill Withers, yeah, different track. Okay, next up, I think I might have skipped one. I'll come back to it later. Psych, Andrew might know this one. Um, Acid Mother's Temples and UFO Paradiso. I had the chance to see them when they came back. I think they were on a US or European tour, but I saw them here in Tokyo when they got back. Yeah, this one, oh, here, yes, that's the flyer from the show, I think. I picked this up from the band directly. So I think last year's release. American pressing, pink vinyl. I've noticed a lot of punk stuff ends up on pink. I'm guessing it's the cheap color. So they're kind of experimental psych. Yeah, what UFO, I believe is like underground, what is it? Underground freak out, I think they say. So yeah, that was back, looks like July 1st going on the flyer. It was really, really great live band. I really highly recommend them for their live performances. I haven't given this one a listen yet, but I'm sure it's good. So I love their other stuff, and yeah, they're incredible live with the current lineup. They've been active since like the 90s. Yeah, current lineup's one of the better ones. Country is the next one, number 5. 5 for me anyway. Just again, country's not a big thing here in Tokyo. I've been picking up some country, but it's all back in the States. This is just what I happen to have. I picked up in the dollar bins here. Japanese best of. It's like late 60s stuff. Yeah, the vinyl's in great condition. The cover's slightly scratched up just because it's kind of this textured metallic thing. But has this beautiful little booklet. This is on Capitol Records, Japan. So, yeah, everything's in Japanese. Yeah, Japanese press. Really clean vinyl. Can't pass it up for like $1. Yeah, like me some Glen Cannonball, but yeah, I pick them up when I see it in the dollar bins. Next up, we're gonna go with the Stalin. It's a Japanese punk band. They were active. Well, in this configuration anyway, they were active from like I think 80 to 85, 86. This is a really interesting album actually. This is the original mix of the album. I kind of made a mistake. I wanted the newer mix, kind of unique story, which I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't research it as well as I should have before I bought this. I ran into this in a new store I found. They had a really good selection. Unfortunately, the guy didn't warn me. Yeah, my Japanese is kind of bad because I work for an American company here. But Fishin, the kind of interesting artwork. There's a remix of this album, which is the one I actually wanted, which was done by Bill Frizzle, and it has Sonny Chirac on guitar as well. That's what I thought I was buying, but apparently, so the original mix was mixed here in Tokyo. The newer version was mixed in the States by Bill Frizzle. He appears on there on bass, and then yeah, Sonny Chirac on guitar. But this is the original limited edition pressing. I kind of like this mix a little bit better actually, but the band apparently didn't like it. So, like a couple years later, they re-released it after going to the States and they remixed it. And this was the last or second to last album they did, and then they changed band names, but they go by the Stalin. But yeah, if you do want to get the one with Bill Frizzle and Shiny Rock, it's the one with the fish head on it. I did not know that. I thought they were all the same. Found that after I bought that. Well, it wasn't terribly expensive, but yeah, I don't know if I want to rush out and buy it right away. For jazz, I've been picking up a lot of free jazz lately, but I decided to kind of stay with the more safe jazz. J.J. Johnson. This is what I've been looking for a long time. I passed it up for our first press last year and didn't see this album since, but Not a huge J.J. Johnson album, but fan rather, but I really really like this album. Yeah, I think he's more famous for the work he did with is it Kai Winding. I don't know. But yeah, if you look at the lineup, you have a pretty good feel for how this is going to sound. Max Roach on drums, Paul Chambers on bass, and Tommy Flanagan on piano. Amazing album. This is a Japanese press, really clean inside. Some minor aging wear and tear on the cover. Unfortunately, it's missing the OB as well, but you can see an extremely clean Japanese copy. I'm really happy to find this. Found it at a really good price. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass it up for that. Yeah, it's a great album if you're not familiar with it. It's 1959, the big magical year for jazz. So kind of that transitional hard bop. Not typical J.J. Johnson, I'd say. If anyone knows, I'm kind of curious how he got J.J. So I think his middle name is not a J. It's Lewis or something. Looked it up earlier. Going by my notes because I'm tired. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna jump into classic rock. This is an artist that doesn't get a lot of love in the community, from what I can tell. Suzi Quatro, S-C-U-Z-I. Quattro, that's not her real name, obviously. Quattro something or other, but I think they're like brothers or something, or recording artists as well. If you're not familiar with her, Joan Jett, so highly influenced by her. So very similar to Joan Jett's sound, actually. She more or less took it from her for the high, very influential for the Runaways. Yeah, obviously this one has the OB. This is her Japanese pressing. I think this might be a second pressing, but it's like a year after the original. Suzi Quatro, originally from Detroit, moved to England. So she did the Hendrix and whatever else. Went there, huge in England, huge in Japan, but as far as I know, yeah, I never really was that familiar with her when I was living in the States. But here you see her stuff everywhere. This is a quite good album, but I'm kind of a little more partial to some of her later stuff. Notable tracks on here, maybe let's see, I like Devilgate Drive a lot, or what else is good on here? Wild One, maybe. I had a 7-inch I was going to show you too. It's kind of cool, but yeah, this is a Gatefold. There she is. Yeah, it's very similar to like Runaways or Joan Jett Solo, especially Joan Jett Solo. It's a very similar sound. She got a little more. I like her a little more poppy late '70s stuff. Maybe because I was that's the stuff I was familiar with from the radio. Okay, next Soul. Yeah, it's stylistics. I'm not a huge stylistics fan. Again, it's like dollar bin stuff. Been searching for a few particular Soul titles. Yeah, I like Soul, but I'm not like huge into Soul. But yeah, I can't pass it up. I just really like that cover. So stylistics. This album, yeah, don't particularly recommend it that much, but you'll probably know a few things on here. On this one, yeah, there's 2 versions of "Love Is the Answer," and the other one that got a lot of radio play was maybe yeah. So they even circled it for me, the previous owner. "You Make Me Feel Brand New." Yeah. So again, Japanese press. Yeah, on Japanese pressings, let's just show this. Yeah, they pretty much always have a lyric sheet in there. Yeah, a lot of liner notes in Japanese, of course. But yeah, I'm not gonna pass this up for $1. Yeah, there's a couple of good tracks in there. Stylistics. So I'm not sure. I'm not even sure that's a first press. Okay, so here is when I start getting a little bit of crossover. So I'm just gonna throw in a couple extra genres as well. I'm a huge Lydia Lunch fan. This is oh, I do not. I didn't think this was open. Okay, so this is a Italian compilation of sorts. It has a lot of original tracks though. It's about a third to a quarter of these are new tracks to this album. It's a nice, this one's a little racy, but gatefold, show that briefly. Okay, racy. Double album. This should have a booklet in here or something. Yeah, lyrics or something there. So yeah, has a lot of. This is her entire career basically. There's some tracks from her days with. Oh, I'm sorry. The genre here I'm going for is maybe no wave or maybe art rock, avant-garde, somewhere in there. So this is number maybe 10 here. So yeah, she was very active, that whole CBGB's crowd. Yeah, you'll see like Sonic Youth. It actually has Death Valley '69 on here, which is off of Sonic Youth's first album, I think, or their first full length album, I think. Yeah, she was very active with that whole group. When Thurston and Lee Ronaldo, they also have some tracks with just Thurston and Lee Ronaldo with Lydia Lunch as well in here. So they were all active in that no wave thing in New York, and yeah, they were at the time I think with Glenn Bronco, who unfortunately passed away kind of recently, but yeah, love his stuff too. But yeah, so some really great tracks. The stuff she did with Roland Howard in particular, I really like. It's kind of early '80s kind of stuff there. Interesting cover of Some Velvet Morning, which was Lee Hazelwood with Nancy Sinatra. Interesting cover. Interesting. Why don't we do it in the road cover? Beatles. Yeah. So yeah, Roland Howard was from. Shoot, what was Birthday Party? And actually, yeah, I think Nick Cave is on one of the tracks in here too. So yeah, Birthday Party, Nick Cave. And what's his name? Yeah, Die Hold's kind of interesting. Clint Ruin, who was in Prague Vec and Fetus. Fetus? I don't know. I think it's Fetus. So yeah, Lydia Lunch, awesome stuff. Also kind of avant-garde is, but let's say krautrock for this one. This is a Japanese, well, I think it was originally UK, but this is the Japanese version of Can's Cannibalism. It is considered a comp, but it's a lot of the versions of it's double disc. A lot of the versions here, they're alternative takes or alternative mixes, and or some of the stuff was actually recut, re-edited by the band. So it's not exactly the album version. So it's like career spanning from well, no, I guess they are a little longer careers. Yeah, there's some Cannibalism 2 and 3 I think came out later on CD. This one's from their albums from '69 to '74. I think this is actually a really good comp. It actually flows better than a lot of their albums. So it's pretty consistent. It's krautrock, avant-garde. This one's a little more their kind of industrial side. This is there's two different versions of the cover art. So this one I think was only used in Japan and maybe a couple of European countries. So this is, I think, second press as nice artwork. It was compiled by a friend of the band, I believe. Has the Japanese inserts again. Japanese pressings, nice, thick, clean. On the, it's got the little can logo on there. It's kind of cool. This is on Japan Record. It's only Japan for this one. But yeah, it's a really great album. Highly recommend that one. Let's see what else I have. I'm adding a couple more genres. I'm probably around 12 now. So soundtrack. I pick up soundtracks every once in a while. I rarely play them though. But yeah, so mostly it's like movies I have like sentimental value and so on. So E.T. was sort of bargain priced. Japanese had the Obi. It's pronounced Obi like Obi-Wan, which is where he got his name. Not OBI or anything, it's Obi. So unfortunately, this one I didn't realize until I got home, but it was missing the insert. I thought since I had the Obi, it would be a complete copy, but it's pretty minty other than that. E.T. Yeah, special movie for me. Wife's a big fan too, which is why I got it. But yeah, I think it was the last movie I saw with my grandmother. We used to go see the movies all the time. So, but yeah, E.T. first pressing actually. Yeah, MCA Japan. And we're down to the last one. So you got metal. I'm not a huge metal guy. I have a bit more at home actually, but yeah, this may be more hard rock. I don't know. So good album though. Ace Frehley. So Frehley's comment again. You know, this was like $1 or something. Not gonna pass it up. The artwork's in pretty good shape, other than a little seam split, and then the Japanese pressing, Megaforce, like really thick, nice vinyl, really EG plus or better. Looks really nice. So that's my final entry. So yeah, and Andrew, don't worry. I do have a U.S. shipping address, so you don't have to send it to Japan unless you really want to. Should I win? So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some more of these videos. Get the kid out of the house, and maybe some noodle drops in the future if I can get my vinyl setup back up. Can't do it right now with the toddler and everything. Any interesting artwork she wants to open that up. Yeah, dangerous. Anyway, maybe next time, maybe not, but hopefully I'll be doing some more of these in the future, near future, I hope. Have a good one.